All right, peace family, and we are now live. Shout out to everybody in the chat on this lovely Saturday night. Get comfortable. As usual, we have a great time by Black Magic 363 Learning with the guests that come on here. I gotta get used, Blue. I gotta get used to Red not showing himself anymore. Because I was about to say, what the hell is Red? I forgot.
Ghostface.
I forgot Red on his Ghostface killer shit.
The summer spell, like how long we doing it, Red?
Yeah, how long we doing this for, Red?
I don't know, to tell you the truth.
But listen, family, get comfortable. You know what?
You better not emerge with an Ozempic.
Right.
Let's get to a quick commercial from King Simon. Be right back. Be right back in 30 seconds, family.
Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator.
All right, then once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Black Magic 363. Gotta welcome back to my platform, Red and Blue Pillar. Welcome back, y'all.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm like so much to talk about. I had a metaphysical topic that I want to touch on, but I'm like, I can't let these Adam 22s and the rest of them keep making hip hop look so bad. This is our culture. This is one of the biggest things ever to hit America, and the way they treating this culture. When we're going to get in that later on with the whole Pop Smoke thing, it's like, damn, man, we need to take complete control over our culture, and we're high frequency beings. So why leave it up to the low frequency beings to talk about your shit? So with that being said, listen, I want to start out. We're coming off July 4th, and the most viewed event. July 4th, and I want Blue to briefly, before we even get into this, Blue has a brilliant way of explaining esoterically for those who haven't heard before or may be unaware of what July 4th means on an esoteric tip. Blue has a brilliant way of explaining it and how it's connected to the Sirius Star constellation. So before we do that, being that this is a holy day, it's not just a holiday, but it's a holy day to the celestial being, the cosmic beings on planet Earth that has been hijacked and energy has been usurped. Let me show y'all what was the biggest thing on July 4th, more than Macy's fireworks, more than the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, more than anything. The world, if you look at this posted 2 days ago, let me make this bigger so y'all can see it. The world was tuned in to the video Kendrick Lamar conveniently posted on July 4th, not like us, in 2 days. Number one trending on music, number one trending in the world, not just music right now. Over 27 million eyes watch this man perfectly display art in the form of a music video, in the form of a song. I definitely want to get into this. This is our culture. This is what it's about. We see Kamala Harris trying to hijack the term "not like us." But before we get into that, Blue, can you briefly remind the family, for those who may not know, Blue, what is July really about, my brother?
So interestingly enough, on July 3rd, it was the beginning of what's called the Dog Days, right? Yes. So the Dog Days is the 40-day period between July 3rd leading up to August 11th. Right. Shout out to the gathering of the masters. It would be the last day of the Dog Days of summer. And that 40-day period is pretty much celebrating the height of summer, but it's heavily influenced by the heliacal rising of the constellation of Sirius, which on July 4th is directly, over the Washington Monument. And the Washington Monument is a 555-foot structure. 550 feet of it, I believe, is the actual, what they call the quote unquote shaft, and the pyramidion is the remaining 55 feet. It was all masonically constructed. At the base of it is 55 feet. Then you go, it's all mathematics, but it's our divine mathematics. It's an honor to our cosmic divine mathematics. And then when we understand the way that this was masonically laid out, there was 40 markers or stones that was laid out to create the quote unquote the squaring of the city. Initially, DC was a 10 square mile, location, a radius, if you will. And Benjamin Banneker Bay was the one who laid that out precisely with his internal knowledge of Dogon, quote unquote, mathematics, right? This cosmic mathematics that he had. So he was able to create a situation where later on, when they came in, they further expanded the construction of the city, but they were able to put this obelisk, which is them paying homage to the obelisk in Kemet, right? And this obelisk, as it sits in front of the reflecting pool, the obelisk represents the phallus, and the reflecting pool represents the womb, and it leads directly into what's called the Oval Office. Hence the fact that what I said, the person who sits in 1600 Pennsylvania Street in the Oval Office, that person impregnates the consciousness of the planet. And Genocide Joe confirmed that in his interview last night when he said, I don't just run the country, I run the world, right? So he knows enough to know what that seat and that position is, this being New Kemet and him being Pharaoh, right? And we also saw the day after our successful Win in Rome 24 lecture with Vicky Diller, shout out to her. We got the pure confirmation on the first day of Jason when the Supreme Court came back and they said that the president is Caesar, right? The president is the emperor, immune from everything, and they made him a Caesar, right? Consecrating the fact, as we've been saying, that this is a version of Nueva Rome, but it's Greco-Roman with Egyptian inflections, right? But us still as children and descendants of Kemet, some people say it was built to honor us and our date with destiny because that's our mother. So our mother constellation, or the mother sun, the mother of our sun, shines through this sun and connects with us, the children of the sun, and it impacts us in our solar plexus, right? So this is the period in time. Your solar plexus is giving you courage, is giving you will, is giving you the independence to go against 1v20 or whatever's necessary for you to garner up that strength to go against the machine, right? And the way that we know that this was cosmic, not only, the fact that there was dog days at play, but the obelisk represents the phallic part of a saw. A saw is Osiris. Osiris is Orion, the hunter. He's walking the two dogs in the constellation, which is Canis Major and Canis Minor, where you find Sirius at, right? And on top of that, Osar is known as what? The Lord of the Westerner, or the King in the West. So on this day that our ancestors have inaugurated and consecrated so we can celebrate the return of Big Mama, giving us our cosmic powers, we see this brother rise as a new king in the West, cosmically, tapping into the energy and putting the owl in the cage, because the owl represents in Kemet, right, death, rebirth, and regeneration, but also represents decapitation.
That's what the owl represent in Kemet?
Yes, the letter M, which is 13, which is also a 4. So we did it on the 4th, on a 444 resonating day, because 4 times 444 is 1776. Hence the fact that you saw the girl passing the Bible with the 444 on her.
On her arm, right? I seen you.
On her arm. Very clear for the whole world to see. So yes, this was one of those cosmic events. Again, we can never externalize ourselves out of the story when we tell it, because it's an observation. So you have to be able to even find yourself in the mythos and the narrative to qualify that what you're observing is observing you as well. Yes. So
wow.
with all of that laid out, this was the most epic cosmic event that we saw in terms of clearing the air, dissipating it of what's called APAP energy, right? That APAP energy is that isfit energy, you know, the lower aspect of what a scorpion represents, evil, cunning, deceitful. You feel me? Just not trustworthy. The snake, the serpent, the dragon. My case.
Red, you seen this? You know what's up? You know what's going on? You know the symbolism. You know how the spirit world works with symbolism. You know the spirit world uses the superstars in this realm to deliver a message, because that's the best way to deliver a message to the masses. You talk a lot about hip hop, Red. What's your thoughts on this video, the symbology in the video, and it falling on July 4th, Independence Day, Red Pill?
Well, before I even begin, when you open up your show, you said I was going to do a metaphysical show, but there's so much going on in the world. So I just have to, we got to get this together before we even this is a metaphysical show.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Anytime that me and Blue come through, it's a metaphysical show. It's a, we're tapping into something unseen by talking about something that's being seen. Hip hop, and especially this type of hip hop, this is being seen by the world, and it has so many gems, so many what they call Easter eggs, so many lessons, so many precedents, so many principalities. There's a lot to learn when you know what you're looking at, because all is perspective. Art is all about perspective. So this is an artist doing what is known as art
At the highest level.
At the highest level. The boogeyman. Right?
Yeah.
Call him the boogeyman. You did not see Kendrick Lamar. His camera didn't turn on until it was the day of the show on Amazon.
Right, pop out.
Let's talk about art and how people are communicating through their mythos, their mystique, their character, and how somebody could be in character and stay in character. If that's what if his authentic self is, I'm not on the scene like that. I'm the opposite. I'm the antithesis to what the culture or the popular culture is programmed to be about.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody has to be heard. Everybody is non-calculated. People can't resist. Got to be in front of the camera dancing like Diddy. Right? These are Scorpios, Diddy and Drake.
Right. Okay.
And their karma, the karma that they're facing is karma that, when they say hit dogs bark, millions of people got hit with at the same time when they got hit with their karma, because a lot of people could relate to what the symbology of it all. Remember, we're symbol literate people. You know what I'm talking about? And the great divine speaks through signs. So all of these lessons that people are learning at the same time, watching these titans fall, right? These are constellations. These are not even stars. You're seeing constellations collapse.
Uh-huh.
Blue pill called for the collapse of the Draco star system all the way back in 2010. So what we're seeing today is the actual manifestation of that prophecy, because collapsing, that is most definitely what is taking place. Even Kanye's universe has collapsed. His stars have collapsed. And Blue Pill predicted that. He said, remember, his whole thing with Cephas is that the constellation of the Draco and the Ye shit has to fall apart.
Right. To bring about the Ethiopian king, the Kushite king, or what they call the cosmic king Cepheus. And that takes place around 2050. You know, and again, family, we're speaking about, you know, for the most part, symbolism and energy, vibrational frequency, corrections, you know, not just status correction, but culture correction, you know.
Right.
And what we're seeing again, it has a lot of ramifications. There's something about that song within itself, you know, just like his major songs, it was anthemic, like
Mantra like.
mantra like, and it does something, like it gives you energy, it does something, it powers your DNA. You know, I would think that if you was to look at it in one of those, with one of them auric cameras, you know, it probably is doing something positive to your subtle energy body in terms of charging you up. It's like energy pellets. Um, and they not like us. Is yeah, it's just it's an anthemic situation that falls into so many different brackets and categories. And now it's just beyond him.
Right. Remember,
Yeah.
he is known for his anthemic mantra like songs, right? We could name a few of them.
Hmm.
Okay. We gonna be all right.
Right.
Yeah. Right. You're
That
right.
Right.
lifted
Yeah.
the people.
We gonna be all right.
That
Bitch,
lifted
don't kill
people
my
out
vibe.
of
Bitch,
a
don't kill
very
my
dark
vibe.
place.
Right. It did. What I'm saying is these anthems of authenticity, him being himself.
Hmm.
I'm a hypocrite. I'm the biggest hypocrite that I know. Be humble. Sit down. All of these anthems that he's known. DNA.
Damn, man.
Right?
Loyalty.
Right. So
Woo. I got
not like
loyalty.
us
Got
fits in the
loyalty.
category of mantras that Kendrick Lamar makes that people are not giving him credit for, but they can name about 100 mantras that Drake makes. Not to take away from any one of them. They both do that. But Kendrick has a certain playlist of mantras and activating songs because of who he is. Now, before I don't want to get too long-winded, but I do want to answer what it is that I see with this video. Once again, the video was put together like a piece of art, right? What you see in art is you don't waste any frames. Everything was purposeful. Everything communicated without saying anything. Remember, you are witnessing art in real time.
Mm-hmm.
He is showing anybody who wishes to see to be a master artist of the craft. You don't gotta be all in the camera. It's not you know what I mean? You could kill shit with your art and you could paint pictures with the camera, with the right scenes and everything. Right? He answered every single allegation against them in this quote unquote rap battle.
Right.
And he took away many points that were given to the other side and whatnot and completely demolished the argument, killed it, put it in a box, set up a new bop, a new song, intro that, and then left it open to the possibility of the remix. Because for some reason I want to hear Big Hit on Day Not Like Us. He been putting in too much time for the I want to hear Big Hit.
Well, he been putting in screen
Yeah,
time,
I
like
need to
he's
hear
up front.
Yo, why Big Hit was in the video, but Hit Boy wasn't in the video, man? Where was Hit Boy at, man?
and Big Hit.
Come on. Come
He had
on,
the
Big.
son. He represented the legacy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Son probably, he got an album that just came out, Alchemist. They might have been, and Alchemist more than likely he's gonna put an album out to go on tour. So they probably on tour or something.
Yeah.
To that brother's credit, because I ain't seen
No,
that for sure.
definitely.
That's not like him.
Right.
You know, he repped that coast.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody brought up. Yeah, he got a lot of tracks. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. That was oh man, I love that track. The Bitch Don't Kill My
Right.
Vibe joint.
Restorative.
With
the
Jay-Z
Hardcore
on the
Five.
remix.
Yeah.
And
indeed.
you know, one of my favorite songs from him is Poetic Justice. Ironically, you know what I'm saying? They got Drake
With
on
Drake.
you saw a different caliber. You know, he was almost able to bring the humanity out. I remember when this young man used to have, you know, a respectable conversation with women, and that's going into a whole nother rabbit hole. You feel me? I really don't want to necessarily go down that rabbit hole, but you know, it's a restorative act. What we're looking at is someone who came along and auto corrected a lot of things that was out of place in the culture. You know, family, being a father, not wanting to press the screen, learning how to deal with your issues with your brothers behind the scene, and when you show out in public, y'all are unified and together. you know, putting the culture before him, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the unification, he had affiliations and associations, but you never seen him lean on that until it was time to unify, right? Think about the aspects of their roots, right? Where they derive from. Kendrick is connected to Top Dog, and Top Dog has those particular affiliations, right? Where we would say that he's probably Pyru, he represents this color here.
Yeah.
Whereas Drake comes from a house with Lil Tunchi, whose daddy, right, also attempts to represent this color, but it's not on the foundation that's solid. And then we see that there's issues in that house that was clearly on display last night at the Essence Festival, right, where the culture is celebrated. Read the comments, and everyone, even from New Orleans, is questioning. They like, what has Birdman really ever done from New Orleans positively? What has he ever contributed? You know what I'm saying? They're really questioning his whole contribution level now that they see at this old age, damn, these niggas is just kids. Like, why did he have to come on stage and do that after Wayne set, knowing that that was to belittle that boy and put him in his place? So watch how the father figures operate with their little sons.
Saturn
right?
and retro.
So, Saturn and retro. So you're looking at the aspect where you can't stunt like your daddy because your daddy's stunting on your little daddy, and that's leaving a situation for all of y'all to be deadbeats of the culture. When Drake needs family the most, he cannot go around them because the house is already divided, and that's displayed to the degree where they like, yeah, the government got to approve of one of them individuals' ROMs coming out of that camp, right? That's a whole nother situation. And people can be like, oh, this, that, and the other. My guys, like BG was telling them to drink lean when he was 13, my brother. Like, my dude had a heroin addiction at a very young age, and people have vicariously lived their lives through these artists. So we have to be a lot more responsible, again, as quote unquote elders, as father figures, as big homies, to look at what took place in the culture and be like, yo, these was children operating like they had no guidance, like they had no parentage, and they was underneath a dude who was their surrogate father, who probably was doing some strange things to them as well. And now it shows because of the abuse. You feel me? You could hear it in the music. I didn't like Wayne had a conversation with young women in this country that changed the conversation with young women in this country. And it's not just the blame on Wayne alone, because they responded to that and they conformed to it. And then he gave you Nicki, which was like Biggie, how Little Kim was an idea and an image in his mind of what he personified women to look and be like. That's what Nicki became for Wayne. They said that they was the ones responsible for that. Well, she said that she went and got the surgery because she seen the type of women that they was responding to and talking about. And she was overhearing their conversations, and she went with that quote unquote level of augmentation because she wanted the conversations about her to be positive.
Yo, this is what y'all know. This is my favorite part of the video right here, y'all. I got the picture.
She was going in.
Yo, I see y'all. Listen, man. I told my lady immediately, listen, you gotta learn how to crip walk for me. You gotta learn how to hit. Yo, I'm not gonna play it for copyright purposes. But when Kendrick wife hit that,
doing the same thing in my house.
She's blood walking, by the way.
Blood walking. That was everything.
Who was stepping, blood walking, crip walking, all of that. Yeah,
it was everything. It was everything.
If somebody go
light and sturdy in this crib,
if somebody do the workshop on how to crip walk and blood walk 101,
that's gonna go up.
I mean, this is what it's all about, and I want y'all to touch on this. And you know, it was dope to see this because I seen this, right? I seen this video. Red was at my house. I didn't even know the video was out. Y'all know I'll be lost in the sauce with pop culture. I just be in my own world. Red was like, the video came out. I was like, oh shit. Watch the video. Seeing this part was amazed. Seeing the whole video was amazed. Then me and Red went out and we had some fireworks. And that whole night, Red, I didn't get a chance to talk to you since then. And I watched the Kendrick video. I watched this video like I used to watch videos in the 1990s, the early 2000s. I probably watched this video 25 times, bro.
Right.
The vibe, the feeling that we talk about, how we emit things, everything vibrates and emits an energy. The energy from this video, bro, whatever his intention, that was the magic that they did over this video.
Right.
Yo, bro, it's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing.
And
you just, because I want to show something real quick, Red, and I want to share something with the family, because family's everything, yo. I don't know, and this is just a message to the young bloods out there, the young brothers out there. Listen, man, that running around like Drake, all that shit is fun. It sounds good, but then you need to continuously you need to get high. Your high needs to be stronger and stronger. So first they fuck one girl, then they need two girls, then they need three girls, because they have this emptiness in them. Then after they got three girls, fuck it, I need to shit on a girl. Then after I need to piss on you. It keeps getting more and more demented, because the biggest trick in the world is you becoming a multi-millionaire still feeling empty inside. You like, what the fuck? You niggas lied to me. I got millions and I still feel like a nobody. I still feel empty. So they do all this weird shit to try to hide that shit, and it just gets worse and worse. And you see what these rich dudes do. There's nothing wrong with being rich. I'm rich. We all rich inside, and we all want that bread. But listen, it ain't worth it if you don't have any love in your circle, in your family. And just seeing this right here, it was important. Let me show you something. Me and Red went out after watching this video. We went out real quick. Let me just show you something real quick. Oh, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. Y'all see Red Pill there by the fire. Yo, so showing that to tell y'all, and just watching the video with Kendrick, seeing what it all boils down to after all the smoke and mirrors is gone, and Red coming over. Like, I didn't get a chance to tell Red, but Red, that was some of the most fun I had in a long time. My brother Red's son was there.
Oh man, that was
my
therapy.
son was there. Red's lady was there. My lady was there. The ladies was kicking it. Me and Red was kicking it. We had a little champagne. The children was having an amazing time. This family shit, y'all, listen, it's slept on, because everybody is stunting with other things, with money and with this and with that material and cars and jewelry.
Right.
But this family thing, y'all, we need to get back to that dynamic, y'all. So shout out to Kendrick for that scene in the video. It meant a lot. Shout out to Red for coming through. Had a magnificent time with you on that holy day that was hijacked from us by you know who. And I just want to say that, and talk to me about Kendrick and the importance of family and that coming back to the forefront, y'all.
Yeah, well, we hijacked that day and brought it back to us. We took the 4th of July and we made it celebratory. We made it ours the same way that we made Juneteenth ours. Yes. And coincidentally, Kendrick Lamar and his art was there for both days to steer the culture in that direction, as a father, as a responsible, or as being someone responsible, showing up on time. He wasn't a day late after Juneteenth. Like, all right, here go the video, y'all. I was just late. I was, you know, he's doing things on time. He's doing things intentionally. Ideological wise, this rap battle, or this war of this culture war that we see taking place, in hip hop and in rap music in the 50th year of its celebration or its existence is about family versus non-family, right? Somebody who is on the path versus somebody who is not on the path. It is called wars of higher principalities. Is what higher principle won in this whole situation. So when you look at the scorecard, K Dot or Kendrick won on principles, he won on values, he won on the fact that he was able to outsmart and outwit and outmaneuver his opponent. And then he also won on the front of making better art.
Yes.
Art. Better art. Standing on hip hop, not rap music, being an MC, not a rapper. You know what I mean? Putting on a great show. Somebody was saying, you know, and I'm sure that there are many cynics in the audience or people who may say who are not familiar with the culture and they may look down on what they see in LA and whatnot. But when something is the culture, it's the culture. It is a part of the culture. Keep in mind, in the 50 years of hip hop, it was started in, with, and around gangs.
Right.
So you cannot negate something from whence it came from. This is where it came from, and this is where it is right now. You know, we're not living in that world where we're going to speak on what is there. The fact that he unified a principle. Remember, we're talking about principalities. So he unified a principle and he showed you what brotherly love, overriding oppression and destruction will look like with the video. He gave you community revolutionaries in progress because everybody was in that closed overhead. Remember the cinematics that he's showing you in that video. The fact that it has replay value is because it's a conversation. It's conversational. It's metaphysical. It has symbol literacy in it. It's like a plate of food.
Yes, it's hip hop.
It's hip hop. This is that shit that we used to see on, like you said, Rich.
Just like you said, I played it about 25 times back to back, and I noticed that when I played it in the car, it sounded totally different. Like they changed the ambient nature of the actual beat, where it sounds better. So the sound quality, the minimalist look of it, it was clean. It looks good. It looks like the whole experience was healing. When I saw them dancing with the family in the living room, it just, my heart chakra just burst open. You feel me? Like a lotus flower. You know what I mean? I stopped it immediately. I went and let my whiz know. That's when the family came in and it was official. Like, yo, you got to see this. It's crazy.
You learn something new every day, y'all. Real quick, I did not know this. Somebody, and shout out to Vernon for saying this. Somebody else said it too.
Nation.
I did not know the nation started on July 4th.
Yes.
Wow, family. The most successful black organization in America started on July 4th. What did Elijah know? What? Who started? No. Who's?
Well, that's Master Fraud. He showed up on July 4th.
Master Fraud, right. Master Fraud. Yeah. I was about to.
An organization that will come across as a somewhat of an esoteric, organization dealing with the cosmos, bringing a terminology and an ideology that has not been heard before. You know what I'm saying? That coincides again with the energy of what Sirius as a planet represents. It's the planet of independence. You know what I'm saying? And it fosters a sense of independence. You had to have will and courage to come into the Americas, to come into this country when he came in the early 1900s, speaking the way that he spoke and speaking to the people that he spoke to. And those people taking the information and transferring it, you know what I'm saying, into curriculum, into a whole narrative that exists to this day. So you can Google and see how many countries have been quote unquote share this particular day of independence with July 4th on or around it. In that period of time when Sirius is at its height, when it's at its heliacal rising, which is between July 3rd and July 9th, you'll find a plethora of countries have initiated their independence. This is really some real frequency energy to tap into. And July 5th was a new moon. So this is when you program yourself for new things. So not only are we independent of old things and old systems, But now you can utilize this courage, this conviction, this willpower, this resonating in the solar plexus, you know what I'm saying? This energy, you can utilize that to really consecrate whatever your plans going forward are. You know what I'm saying? And really, the remaining 6 months, these Jason months that are ahead of us. This is the midpoint, and this is the energy, this is the catapult that you utilize to really like finish the marathon. You know what I'm saying? So you could get to your victory lap. If you seen him do it in a short amount of time that he did it, then this is you on some golden means, taking a little bit and stretching it to the rest. And that's how you should program you seeing you conquering any challenge, any obstacle, any opposition that comes up, you know what I'm saying, that you have in front of you. That's the modem of operandi you should utilize to conquer it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Right. And for the messianic ones out there, regardless of whatever industry or niche that you are in or whatever network you belong to, if you are messianic, if you're considered a master, know the power that you have to unify those around you that are fractured. Take this, take what he has done as a unifying principle and prove who you are in the eyes of your people. Bring the warring factions around you together in 2024. Keep, once again, symbolically speaking, he brought the red and the blue together.
Mm-hmm.
When we're going to see from this point on, moving forward in adjacent months up into November, the red and blue are going to be torn apart. They're going to show you politically what the red and blue banging on each other really is about. It's going to catch way more collateral damage than what you saw take place in LA over the decades and whatnot.
Facts.
So
The
yeah,
irony,
so at
right?
a time, huh?
The irony
In it all. So at a time when that is needed more so than it is not needed, he actually did it. So now that it's done, it will have an effect, a positive effect, because it will show many people who look at us globally, right? And they take their marching orders and they take their subtle it's subtle messages that come from the moves that we make. People will begin to see the power of unification, and people will put petty differences to the side and come together on purpose, right? On purpose with a victory, because he was able to do that because of the victory that he was able to attain in this battle that he went on. Remember, he's just not coming outside just to come outside. He came outside after he won a battle. This is a victory lap. This is a victory lap. He's fulfilling what Nipsey started with the marathon. This is a victory lap. So now the city coming together. He's bringing multiple warring factions to the table and fulfilling a messianic principle of unifying these quote unquote street organizations. They're the closest thing that we have to what you would call an army or a militia. So kudos to him and kudos to everybody out there unifying and making moves and knowing the power of the collective.
So, again, we love saying that this country was built on our backs, but nobody takes time to figure out what was the front build out, right? What's the esoteric Masonic secrets of this country that speak directly to you? Why is the main celebrations of this country, New Year's Eve and July 4th, align perfectly with the places and the spaces that you say that you cosmically come from?
And Christmas, right? And
yeah, that whole period in time. You say that your cousin don't have no cosmic origins, but all of these holidays are aligned around it. And the people that framed this country was not only members of esoteric secret society, they were something called deists, right? D-E-I-S-T. That was the religion that they belonged to. They was not Christian. They was Christian deists, if anything. And deists or deism is more like what we do in consciousness. We believe in the cosmos, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily Jesus as a God or anything of that nature. We tap into nature. We understand nature. Deists say that there's no supernatural occurrences. They don't believe in miracles. They believe in the cosmic ecosystem working together, and things just, you know,
Right.
presenting themselves as is. So, you know, again, why don't we ever attempt to find out what's the true history of this place, right? Because people is chasing me down on every block to participate with the voting system. Then I'd be like, do y'all know what this place is? And I'm not knocking it. I just want to know what people's education is. Not only the civic education, do you know the esoteric information that coincides with this country that you call home? So,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, very interesting. So, with that being said, and with you know, it was like I said, this is just, you got to understand, 27 million eyes watched this video from July 4th to July 5th. This period that's of extreme cosmic importance, and
Yes.
that's big. So I gotta, you know, we gotta talk about this, and we gotta give respect where respect is due. But at the same time that this is happening, y'all, there's so many, because hip hop was never gate kept, or I guess they could say in a certain way in terms of the higher frequencies of it. We have individuals like Adam 22. We talked about Vlad. We talked about different culture vultures within the culture. It was kind of disturbing when I found out that this dude named Adam 22
Hmm.
interviewed Pop Smoke's killer
Hmm.
on his podcast. And I would, to me, and I don't know. We just I don't even know how to explain it, or the question, or frame this question. But the shit just, it was like, yo, this game is as degenerate as I have ever seen it. For this dude to sit up here like he's a star being interviewed, so he could, what, he's going to get another interview and another interview. He's going to do 15 interviews, and he's going to be, you know, I don't get what's going on here. Talk to me about that, yo. Pop Smoke's alleged killer being interviewed by Adam 22.
Yes, it was egregious. The interview actually came out the same night of the They Not Like Us video,
Damn,
ironically enough.
damn, wow.
Mm.
Uh No Jumper and Adam 22, they're in the same area that Kendrick is in because they're both out of LA. However, Adam 22 hasn't had any part to play in any of the unification conversations. He hasn't promoted that or pushed that on his platform. He hasn't been around anything that Kendrick has been doing positively.
Right.
Um, I don't recall seeing any interviews on his channel that speak on the upliftment or the positive or some of the, you know, the more, you know what I mean? The more conscious,
Progressive, what?
progressive LA movements. No, we know about everything on the opposite. Adam 22 is a self-avowed. He said he is hypnotized and he's infatuated with Black Death. I have the
Right.
clip and I will share. Yeah, I'll edit this and put it in there. But he's infatuated with Black Death. He's also a corn star and whatnot, and he's infatuated with black men in that sense, and he's a cuckold. So there's a lot of psychological dysfunctions and things that Adam 22 openly promotes, and he attracts a certain demographics of people, right? Because you got to remember, you know, these people attract their kind, and it's a lot of them. They are purveyors of, you know, our dysfunction, like trap lore, like Jake 180, like the multitude of these faceless channels of Europeans who speak about all of the negative, the ones that go to certain blocks to see, you know, the darker aspects or the scarier aspects or the more violent prone aspects of the culture. Very sticky, you know what I'm saying? It does numbers. It gets boosted in YouTube's algorithm and on social media platforms, but things that we say and things that we talk about, it gets suppressed and hidden and shadow banned, ironically enough, on you know, on these platforms. But Adam 22 has an obsession. He was interrogating Pop Smoke's killer. They were not interviewing him. They were debriefing him and interrogating him. It was him and another host. They were not. They were not. They did not have any judgment. They did not offer any resistance, any pushback. Um, they basically were onboarding and platforming a killer of a messiah in real time on the 4th of July. Crazy. So
Right. And like you've been saying, these platforms more so model their content after true crime. I also saw the
yes,
Trap Lord, what's his name?
trap lore.
Trap Lord. Yeah, I saw the piece that he did on Jay-Z on Jigga.
That was his first piece, he said.
That was his first piece. Yeah. So all of that is formatted towards true crime. And if they have a killer and they know that this content is going viral, I think that they're only concerned with the virality of it.
Oh, for sure.
We're forcing people once again to be seen and humanize our existence. It's the same mistake that Terrence Howard made. Like, yeah, you got a little bit of information, you got a lot to offer, matter of fact, but you're going to the wrong audience for validation.
Right.
And we're looking towards Adam 22 in us, them, and individual situations like he's what's dude from Malibu's Most Wanted? He's B-Rad in them. Like they got introduced to the culture through the lower ends of it, and they feel no responsibility to answer to the higher end of it because it's not loud enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They feel very comfortable around the company that they keep that's telling them what they can say and what they can't say and things of that nature. It's Ryan Garcia all over again.
Facts. That's a
You feel me?
Zimmerman frequency.
So yeah, it's the same situation. It's like if you want to clean house and you want to clear this thing out, you feel me? Like the people that's violating, they low hanging fruit because they're getting their permission from their goofy big homies. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that the game allowed this concept of, you know, industry planet big homie, and that has fractured itself to so many different situations where now real big homies in the street have become goofies because they want to be on par with the industry big homie goofies. The whole game has been it's been industrialized in you know, industrialized or whatever. Like how they be like, it's the industries and we in the streets. Well, just like integration, you traded places and you don't even know that you don't got no more clothes on. Right? It's industrialized. So yeah, the streets are now in the industry. And because content is all about, you know, the content creator now is even more important to a degree than the artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's that thing going. Is the artist bigger than the platform, or is the platform on par with the artist? So he's taking cues from his mentor, which is DJ Vlad. We cannot leave them out. It's not a separate conversation. It's that y'all let this dude live. So we're coming with a vengeance. And you can see it across every platform. They got one. Even if they hanging out on Joe Budden's podcast and they attempting to be like, oh no, I'm just management, right? You see them all across the board. You feel me? And they're the ones that are they're little. Sometimes they're a little bit more studious, right? Their introspective intakes on it tell you that they're very studious. So you can't dismiss them and tell them that they don't know the culture at all. But then you get situations like Adam. He just has to appeal to his base and his audience, and he just got to know drill culture, gang culture. You know what I'm saying? Nonsense culture. There's a whole industry that supports that. And he knows that they'll support him. So yeah, it's like, you know, until we unify collectively as media and start putting out proclamations and fatwas on platforms and programs that are violating the sanctity of the culture, our children's life. Like, how can that young boy get Swiss cheese in Florida the other day, and then it be fake Negro outrage, right? And then the next few days, this is entertainment. This is viable, accessible forms of entertainment. And it's like, nah, like, you know, the culture got to make a stand. But I don't think that they are fatigued at this point. Because somebody's watching that. That's entertainment to somebody. To the drill scene, that's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
That's
data for them.
That's data.
They can't turn away. They don't. They might not even like it. They might think it's a violation.
So
But it provides data, and data trumps all that shit.
he's
They
feeding
want
the
to.
algorithm that exists, and
Yeah, he's feeding a
it's a
vein.
healthy but toxic algorithm. I'm saying healthy because it got numbers, toxic because of what's pumping through that pipeline and impacting and infecting these children that are on the other side of these streams. So I was in the spaces where we had, discussed the Ryan Garcia thing. And a lot of people came with a lot of different perspectives, but they were saying, these young Mexican or these young white boys just saying these things about melanated people online. They the 13-year-olds playing Call of Duty.
What did Ryan Garcia say? What did he say again?
Oh no, he wilded. He wilded.
He wilded here?
He wilded.
Yeah.
He said he want to be down with the Klan. Say he gonna dig up George Floyd and kill him again, like unalive him.
Yeah.
Bro, when I say wilding early on Spaces, like he was opening up Twitter Spaces and doing this. He was trolling like in the wee hours.
Because I seen him with a picture of a black girl. I didn't know what was going on, but he put up a picture with some black girl and was apologizing. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
He was Negro explaining and
Negro
to protect his career from going down the drain. So he started pulling out his tokens. I got black friends. How can I be racist?
Right.
Those mute talking points that we consistently see. When is enough gonna be enough? You see how like Kendrick strategically you block off all the exits. Like, nah, you ain't getting off on this exit ramp. We got to be strategic about blocking off these exits and saying this is not. We not going for that. So they had asked me in the spaces. They like, he should maybe make a donation. And when somebody talks about the mother folks, they got to go on an apology tour. But I'm like, that's the point. We don't have an organization for him to make a donation to. Right. As the people, we're not unified. We don't have no unified front to say you got to come to answer or talk to us. We're gonna chin check you as X, Y, and Z. We're gonna boycott you. We're gonna put pressure on. It's like, nah, we need unity, y'all. Unity.
We got some big things going down, y'all. I want to make sure, speaking of unity, I want to make sure y'all get live stream tickets to the Gathering of the Masters. Tickets are sold out for the physical venue, but live stream tickets are available for the Gathering of the Masters. I posted it earlier. Let me post it right now. Make sure all of y'all, this is going to be an extremely important event. So many people are coming to this event. We got so many surprises in store. This is something that's going to change, literally change our DNA. I know me and Dr. B got this big musical celebration plan because he's opening up on Sunday. And he got this big musical celebration plan, and I added on to it. It's going to be a movie, but most importantly, it's going to be a moment for us to unite and get to the next level. It seems like we've been at the same level for quite some time, and I feel like this event, just like when Kendrick united the gangs on the West Coast, I feel like this is going to be one of the moments, a big moment in our community where we do a lot of uniting. And we take this thing to the next level. It's 2020. It's destined, It's not even on us or on me. It's time. We will, family. We will be remote controlled by the gods. Look at it that way. We will be remote controlled by the gods at this time. So the greatness that you see from me, it's coming from a divine source. I am being possessed by my higher self, a divine source. So because we often worry about the how we're gonna do it. Don't worry about the how. Just know it will be done. We are being remote controlled by high source. So make sure y'all I shared the link in the chat. I'm going to share it again. And I think what's most important, and we've been talking about this all today, all during the show, is community. I got a Discord community for everybody who purchases live stream tickets and everybody who bought tickets to the physical venue. I got to send Red and Blue the link to the Discord. But we're gathering like a community. Sharif Bey been in there. Listen, you know what? Let's do something real quick.
Sharif a legend. I'm in Discord with Sharif. He got it lit.
Yo,
Discord
let's
is
do something
lit.
real quick. Everybody who get tickets tonight, I want to show y'all what it's about. And the live stream ticket is for both days. It's not just for some people asking, is it this for both? The live stream ticket is $88 for those who are wondering the price, and the $88 is for both days. Let me show y'all something real quick. I want to show you something real quick. When I say it is popping on here, I mean it is. Let me get rid of this. It is popping on everybody who gets a live stream tickets. You get to be a part of this Discord community in which people are learning about the event, learning about all types of information and knowledge. They're meeting new people. They're coming up with ideas. It's like it's a real community, digital community, and this is giving me a lot of ideas in the future. But I mean, it's popping. It's popping. It's popping in here. Like all of this is just from today. Look, what is this? This is yesterday. But yeah, it's when I say it's super popping, they posting food in here, watermelons. The beautiful sisters is in there. A lot of sisters. You see my brother Sharif Bey. He having a good old time. You see him with
Shout out to Sharif, man.
Sharif in there posting modeling pictures and shit.
Now he in there working, man, and that's him relaxing.
I didn't even see that. Sharif got his
he work enough in that. He work enough in there that he could relax, man. That brother be working in them rooms, man. Shout out to Sharif, man. He's
Sharif is working the room like amazingly. Listen, y'all. Besides the event, I want y'all to be a part of this community that I'm forming. It's a digital community. I got some big announcements on the day of the gathering of the masses. Something that I am bringing to the family next year, something that red pill, blue pill, all of us is going to be a part of. I mean, it's huge, family. But like I said, we're being remote controlled by the God's family. Do not worry, it's going to happen. With that being said, make sure y'all get tickets to the live stream. I'm posting a link once again. I'm gonna pin it in the chat. I look forward to seeing y'all there, man. It's going to be fun. You know what I wanted to one thing that we're gonna be one of the themes of this is with the vendors and black business, and one of the beautiful things about engaging in black business is that you don't have to sacrifice your integrity in the mainstream or on the office or whatever. And I seen something that disturbed me. Let me see if I can pull up a clip. I see something. Let me just say it before and while I pull it up. I seen something that disturbed me, and when I seen it, I said, thank God I'm not a Democrat or Republican, or thank God I'm not a part of that world. Biden shook a black man's hand, started rubbing the nigga's arm.
Chill.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
Trying to unsee it.
Did you see it? Biden shook a black, like, come on, being a black man. Now the brother don't want to say nothing because he don't want to seem like an angry nigga with his constituents or with his colleagues or whoever it is. So you just take it as a black man and you just stay there and act like everything is everything is normal, but it's not. Biden is standing there rubbing the brother's arm. We ain't got to do that no more, family. We never had to do that, but we damn sure ain't got to do that now, family. We really got to figure some shit out. If a grown black man with kids at home, imagine my son seeing a motherfucker rub a white Biden rub. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Life ain't gotta be like this, y'all. Man.
You violated that man.
Violated him.
Yeah, she's 69 got him on camera, and it's like we seen him do questionable things with young children. Like,
yes.
What are we doing? Like,
fan. I mean, we just keep forgetting. We so forgiving and so forgetful. Dude got about 8 hours worth of content where he's super sus in his lower self in public. Sus. Yeah, in public. Right?
So imagine the gaps this dude makes in private where now he can, with the brain where he can't put the stops on. You know what I mean? He can't even put it in the closet no more. Like,
look, that's Hunter Daddy.
Let me
put it into perspective.
They told me to say fair use when I play something. Is that what you got to do? You got to say fair use. Is that what you got to do?
Him say that.
So this is fair use. This is on This is on the Instagram. Let me just show y'all what I'm talking about. Look at this. You see this shit? Can y'all see it?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see this shit? Y'all see this shit? Y'all see this?
He was caressing my nigga.
Yeah.
Let's show this again. Look at this. Come on.
Yeah, that
y'all.
ain't Reiki.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, damn. Come on, y'all. We ain't gotta. Come on, black man. It's time to wake up, black man. It is time to wake up, black man. That we ain't gotta go through that, y'all.
But
I've seen
again,
the buck breaking. I seen the documentary buck breaking. I seen it.
yeah,
And
but homie
this ain't it.
didn't reject his advance and his offer.
Right.
And again, this is the same thing that's happening in the industry. The same
Same
stories
thing.
are being
That's why I'm
told.
bringing it up. Right. Right.
The overstepping of quote unquote boundaries and power, and then people feeling just because you got in the door, you can't say nothing. You got to
Can't say nothing.
suppress
Exactly.
your natural instincts for you to be preyed upon. And it's like, what are we doing? You feel me? And you can't possibly want something that bad that you are going to ignore all of the signals that are telling you that someone is violating, president or not. Like, what are we doing?
No, people they don't know how bad they want it, Blue. Look,
Yeah.
that same scenario was taking place at the Mike Rubin all-white party.
Woo!
And just replace
You
Biden with
went there.
just replace.
You went there, blue
I
red. You
did
went
go
there.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I went there with I had the invite. Yeah, just replace Biden with Robert Kraft. And when they sent it, when black people was going to meet him, he was hitting them with the Reiki. He was hitting them with the Reiki arm rub. Feel me? Or somebody went and seen Tom Brady and Brady hit him with the, you know what I'm talking about? They was giving them the little baby sandwich
Right.
on the menu at the all-white party. When they, you know how Chris Brown was charging money to take pictures with him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a little baby charging for pictures to do the sandwich.
And
You know what
I mean, right, while this might be, an opportunity for shits and giggles, like we literally have to understand that this is the situation that actresses, entertainers, athletes, all of these people find themselves in behind closed doors. And very much also in the open. But these are the things that are taking place when they're bringing them around the quote unquote money. You know what I mean? And the money is just having their way with everything because money can buy you out of anything. Look, money just bought, you know what I'm saying? It just bought these people the title of emperor. So if your president is saying grab them by the, you feel me? And then the other one is doing these things with all of these objectionable things that we see on camera before the deep fakes came out, right? But the people don't respond. I seen a clip today and they were speaking about the reports that come into, they have an agency that monitors, I don't even know how to speak about these things, inappropriate pictures of children. You know what I'm saying? And they was, and I don't know if they were just politicizing the conversation, but they were saying this year alone, they received 32 million hits. And those 32 million hits are like legitimate complaints and cases and things of that nature. So there's so many children that are coming over the board. I mean, there's just so much going on in terms of, I already saw who these people are. Y'all seen who these people were. They showed you the emails. I ain't gonna go back there. That was back in 2015. You feel me? And I remember that's when the internet changed. A lot of stuff that we seeing now, I remember that's when the internet, that's when the censorship started. That's when the crackdown started. That's when this whole program around disinformation, all of that started when that information came out. Initially, WikiLeaks. Now we just seen Julian Assange just now coming home. So they kind of showed you in them joints with the Abramovich and what they was into and all of that. So yeah, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. The people's willingness to just go to sleep and pretend as if they don't see these things because you got to go along to get along. And I get it. but they really got us as a society where people have to remain frozen. They have to operate like homie operated just to go along and get along. Everybody that's telling me to vote, that's how they look.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's how they look to me.
Yeah.
Did you let these people press up on you like that on camera? Just for a picture, just for a photo op, just to say that you met him? So it's like, yeah, we deserve more, man. There's just way too much going. Like literally, I seen that interview, and I'm not like a Homelander type of American, or you know what I mean. I felt worried and concerned when I seen that interview last night with Biden. The level of deniability.
Sure. And I'm not showing that to the brother if him or his family happen to see this video. I'm not showing that to poke fun at the brother, but I'm showing that to let us know that we don't have to go through that, and that's totally unacceptable. And that if your colleagues and the people around you didn't say anything, you weren't going crazy. That is totally unacceptable. No man should have permission to touch you like that, and you have to just act like it's normal. This is not normal behavior that we are witnessing. People, I often wondered, how did something like slavery happen or this happen? When you normalize something, people go along with, get along like Blue for that paycheck or just to survive or to take care of their family or do what they got to do. So we don't have to normalize this type of culture. We don't have to normalize old white men rubbing on our arms, and us coming home and we have a wife and children. We don't have to normalize that. So yeah, not to poke fun at the brother, but that's not normal behavior, y'all, at all. And yeah, I want to continue going with this topic of Kendrick Lamar and this topic of hip hop. We talked about the whole Adam 22, and it seems like a big change has to happen, and it seems like it's the perfect time for change to happen with everything that's going on. What is your thoughts with everything that we're seeing with the topic being centered around community? A lot of people, it seems like community is a big topic right now. What is your thoughts on community in a way to do we have to wait for the financial system to collapse, you feel, to build a community? Like, do we have to wait till we go all crypto, or do you think building a new community, a new Black Wall Street is possible with the way the economic structure is now?
It's impossible to build a community once it's collapsed. First and foremost, you can't build a community in chaos. If the economic system were to collapse, I'm not really, I don't have my heart in, building with people while it's in a collapse mode. I'm more about building a community while we're proactive. There's a book that I recommend everybody get. It's called The Network Effect, and it will show you the steps to take your online community, right, and bring it into the physical world, or what they call the physical node. One of the ways that we saw it manifest, where the whole world got to see the power of it, is when Kai Cenat did a live meetup in Manhattan, and he showed you how he could disrupt the physical world because of the power that he has in the digital. If you know how to transfer that through the network effect, you could break this matrix. So what it is, it's about it's about focusing on the software and the platforms that are available right now, that are the community builder platforms, community builder software, because platforms rule everything around me. Yeah, it's the platform. So now when you have that, you could build community. And we could be proactive. We have a 6-month window to really get something going. If everybody is really serious, it could begin in August. You know what I mean? We could begin that process, because it is the numbers. Once you have these certain numbers locked in, you could do magic. The digital world is predicated on numerics, on code, but it's on these men lie, women lie numbers don't in this world. So once you get a certain amount of numbers, like once you get those 1 million followers on YouTube and you get that plaque, there's a certain type of
automatically there's just certain type of things that fall right in your lap. So with 1 million people or 1 million members, for that matter, not followers, but members, you now have the power or the potential or the quote unquote ability to make some monumental things take place. And that right there is what we need right now. And it is the lowest overhead and it's doable. So that's my thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there has been an uptick in homesteading around the country, right? And homesteading,
What is that, Blue? What is homesteading?
homesteading is a lifestyle of self-sufficiency. It is characterized by subsistent agriculture, home preservation of food. You know, homesteading is like getting a patch of land, you feel me? And then the people will buy, you know, they'll build like a compound, like 10 of 12 of our families would be in a off-grid type of situation. It doesn't necessarily have to be off-grid to be homestead, but primarily that's what people are doing across the country. There's a whole rise in it. You know what I mean? People are taking micro communities and they're homesteading. They're going and doing for self. There's so many. I'm part of so many groups just on Instagram alone. You know, like homestead groups, do for self groups, campers, vampers. You know, they live the van life and things of that nature. So you know,
Family compounds.
yeah, my dream is to build a community out here in the forest where, you know, we would all have access to our resources, and I would rather do something like that not under stress or duress, but you know, where we can properly plan and screen, and you know, yeah, it's all doable. I just think that that window is getting a lot tighter because this country looks like it's headed towards some very rocky, tumultuous times.
You know, Blue. The one thing I worry about with community, building a community, it seems as though when people come forward and say, "Yeah, I'm building a community of this and that," you know, the first thing people think is some cold shit. And when you think about, like, just a recent example, when you think about communities being built, it seems as though the first people to go toward the communities that are being formed are weirdos. So you got the people that come to the communities, and all of a sudden the community is supposed to be like a big orgy. The community is supposed to be like a big orgy where niggas banging my wife, I'm banging his wife, he banging your wife, she banging her husband, and it's like everybody, and it just turned into some real weird thick shit. So it's like with this community shit, should you only allow people who have families to come to community? Like, you know, I just don't want the sickness.
Yeah, again, that's why I said
with Nature Boy, and you see this shit over and over and over again.
Yes. Again, this community that we represents a healing community, right? For the most part. So when the quote unquote conscious community puts a call out, it's going to attract fractured people for the most part, right? Very rarely does people come here that are totally put together. And then hopefully those people will step up to become instructors for other people that need to be put together. But the community is being healed and put together by people that still need to be healed and put together. So their discernment is not the greatest, right? Because people are looking for one another. Community and trauma is going to bond with trauma for the most part. And yes, you both are showing up to heal, but then you might revert to your default for healing, which might be sex, which might be abusing, whatever, you know what I'm saying, taking shrooms and then
vice.
Yeah, all of that stuff that people get into, extra indulgence, right? Super extra indulgence, because you know these are the things that come along with people that are healing and moving through phases of trauma. So like I said, you need that time to discern. You don't want to do it in stress and you know what I mean, desperation, because those are the people that tend to seep through. So I would want to have a situation where it's families first. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a whiz. You should be raising the seed. And you know, you over there, you got your land. You don't need to be in my living room chilling with my whiz when, you know what I'm saying? Got my ring light on with my drone automatic. Don't do it. You feel me? We don't need to do that. And again, yeah, I don't, what can you do to instill integrity and virtues in people? That's what we're looking for as a community. So you got to be that to attract that. You know what I mean? And I think that that's the most important thing. That if are really working on self and you're setting the intention and you're seeding that intention, especially during periods of time like this new moon energy, you're gonna have a tendency to get a answering from the universe that now it's up to you to figure it out. You could discern it, but it's gonna show up, and that's a blessing within itself.
Right.
No doubt.
And I would like to add on that there are many factors, and I would say that I would offer my expertise by introducing a vetting system. I have, there's vetting systems that have been put together. There's even certain type of methods that we could bring to the table to get data on everybody that we will be building these communities with, which is our network. What we need from everybody to surround us is information, and that information will be able to put people in their proper places. I advocate for birth chart readings. I advocate for many things like auric readings, things like that. We have to be very intentional and how we approach building this new community that we're creating out of our network, right? Because many have been called, few are choosing.
I will be real quick, Red. I will be like the feds. I want to see what's on your web browser for the past year. I want to see every web page you went to in the last year, because that tells the truth about you. Not what you said. I want to see what website you visit when nobody's looking. I want to see what type of porn. Right. All that shit's gonna let me know who you are. All of that. Motherfuckers going to weird shit.
The new community will have to be very.
That web browser is going to tell you
exactly. That web browser
going
to tell everything, right?
Know you. Yeah.
It will do that. We owe it to ourselves to implement 3 principles in the restructuring of community. The 3 principles are a value system. We have to create a value system for those amongst us who do things that are valuable. These people have value. They don't just have, their value is not realized. So we need a value system.
Right.
We need also a reward system for the brothers and the sisters who are in our community doing the good works, putting in the works, doing the frontline works, doing the heavy lifting, the elders amongst us, the young ones coming up, the people who are really, putting in that work. We need to reward them. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And we need a penalty system. And what that penalty system will imply is when people get out of line, they are held. There's someone to hold them accountable. There is a penalty system. There are certain things that you cannot get away with. Okay. Once people know that a community has a reward system, a penalty system, and a value system, they are not. That's how you restore trust. That's how you restore faith. And that's when people will begin to give you that energy that is needed in order to grow your community into a real network. And I'm taking up this challenge of this question. And at the meeting of the masters, I will have the Facts Initiative, Facts 24 book finished, where I will have these solutions about building a community. It will be completely laid out. It will be a workbook, and it will also be a textbook for people that they could take home and implement right away. So food, art, clothing, technology, and shelter, that is an initiative that we are moving forward in this election season, in this political climate that we're in, the red and the blue. And we're gonna show better than we could talk. But thank you for asking that question, because the time is now.
Indeed. No, definitely indeed. We got about 15 more minutes left. I want to thank everybody. Yo, I don't know if y'all seen, I did a show with Billy. I had Billy, Rod Hayes, Sharif. It was funny.
Yeah, that was a classic.
Did y'all see when I had the tape recorder? Y'all see when I had the tape recorder and I was playing shit backwards?
I saw that part. Yep.
Yo, you know what I found out? This shit is fun. Like, I have fun with knowledge. Like, I just be experimenting, doing weird. So I recorded myself saying Yahweh, right? Listen to this. Yahweh. Can you hear that?
Yahweh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yahweh.
Let me turn it.
Yahweh.
So now this is how Yahweh sound backwards. Check this out. This funny shit.
Wow.
Oh shit.
That's
Hold on.
fire.
I pressed the back. Hold up. One more time.
Yahweh.
Hold up.
Hawaii.
So Yahweh
that's
backwards is Hawaii.
Yeah,
Hawaii?
Hawaii. That's some PG
Wow.
Lang shit, Rich.
Hawaii.
Yo, you might get signed to Kendrick
Yo.
label doing all that. That's some
Yahweh
G
backwards
shit.
is Hawaii, nigga. I'm
Hawaii.
going
Nah,
to
where the
Hawaii
palms
next
at?
month. What's up with Hawaii? Who from Hawaii?
Where the palms at? Now I got folks in Hawaii that swear by it. They like, yo, this is the place that y'all gotta come to. I'm telling you, this paradise, but not just paradise, like a spiritual, mystical heights.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for that to come up, that's a crazy synchronicity. You got to deep dive into some of these
Yeah.
Hawaiian mythos.
I would
Yeah.
meditate on that right there. That was powerful.
Nah,
Hella.
definitely. Yeah, I've been fucking this go in reverse. So I've been messing with it a lot. I'm gonna start doing beats with like shit in reverse and stuff like that. But I just
that's
been
fire.
saying a lot of things, and then let's experiment. Like this is what it's about. It's not just about It's not just about a regular pod. It's about like on the spot doing things, being spontaneous. So I'm gonna say,
Well, they not like us.
Say okay.
Backwards.
Let's say.
I want to hear what that's
Remember, they were saying in my last show, backwards it sounds Hebrew. Remember, I called blue pill. I was
because
like,
of the
blue pill,
right,
hey,
how we
Hebrew,
read.
go from it sounds Hebrew or Aramaic or something when it's bad. But let's say they not like us. I'm gonna say that repeatedly. Hold up. Let me turn it on. We scientists out here, y'all.
That's right.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. All right. Let me make sure.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
All right, now
They not like us.
here go the reverse, y'all.
Sagalanya. 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 Sagalanya.
Oh man.
Oh, nah, that's lit
man.
right there. That's lit.
Oh
Hold
man.
on.
Man.
BBL Drizzy.
Man.
Yeah, that's lit. Put a beat on that.
Let's do one more. I'm gonna say red and blue pillar. Let's see how that sound. Red and blue pillar. Red and blue pillar. Red and blue pillar. All right, let's see.
Blue pillar.
That sound like Hebrew or Aramaic.
Aleph is
right?
Aleph. What's Aleph, Blue? What's Aleph?
Aleph is A. It's the first letter in Hebrew. It's the alphabet. Aleph,
Yeah.
Aleph is
Aleph is A.
Yeah, that's
Neteru. Aleph Mu Neteru.
Wow.
That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy, yo. Wow.
Where my producers at?
Red and blue is Neteru. So
right.
I have put that in the bar for this. So to spin it around backwards and play it, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Come on, put Black Magic 363. Stop playing.
Right. Okay. Black Magic 363. Black Magic 363. Black Magic 363. All right, hold up.
Black Magic 363. Black Magic 363.
Backwards now.
Here is damn Allen. Here is damn Allen. Here is damn Allen.
Yo, we're Missy Elliott.
It sound like Missy, right?
What up, Sirius?
He popped up as soon as it was backwards. He popped up out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah, yo, fam. There's so much for us to explore.
Yeah, man.
I'm helping you in a second. There's so much for us to explore in the spirit realm, and we just gotta start having fun with it, not stop being scared, man. But yeah, that's wow. We gonna start talking about. Oh, look, you even do like I can even do the mixing on it. Yeah, I can do the mixing on it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
See,
I'm gonna have fun with this
man.
doing beats.
Yeah.
Calm down. No, calm down. Go over here. But yeah, y'all, like I don't know, y'all. What y'all think about? Then y'all said Alif. What he said? Aleph. What? Aleph.
Aleph. Yeah, Aleph is the
Wow.
first letter in Hebrew. Aleph stands for ox. It's the A in Hebrew. The glyph of it is the ox. It deals with primal energy. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see Shorty, and you like, oh, I need to put this energy somewhere. That's Aleph.
Right.
That's the beginning. It's like Aries energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Aleph Ul. Yeah, I need to. I'm gonna
send it to y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to y'all. I'm gonna send it to y'all. But yeah. That's what this is about, y'all. We going into that realm. We're at the gathering of the masses moving forward. We're going into that bag, that realm, that realm of magic. You know what I'm saying? It's next level type ish right now. Make sure y'all click on the link for that gathering of the masses. I know Red and Blue, they got the When in Rome bundle. They just had a huge success with their workshop with Vicky Diller. Shout out to Vicky Diller. But we on that time right now. It's going down. Give me some questions in the chat. Interesting show tonight.
Yes.
Give me some questions in the chat before we get out of here. Shout out to King Simon. King Simon got the pillars. He got the links in the chat also.
Yeah.
Shout out to King Simon.
Shout out to King Simon. Shout out to Billy Carson. I know that he got an event coming up. Simon's been promoting.
Right. Yeah. The award. Shout out to Billy. I'm gonna be there in Florida the week before the gathering. I will be in Florida for the awards. I got nominated for Entrepreneur of the Year. Make sure y'all go vote for Brother Rich.
Right.
And it's an honor. It's an honor. That inspired me this year. So it's an honor to be nominated with that.
Blue Proclamation Day.
Oh yeah, we have a South Fulton Proclamation Day, July 21st. So that's like the Pillar Proclamation Day. We're sharing that as well with America Sutton and Love is the Medicine. So we're going to be putting together an event in South Fulton, and it's going to be a jam-packed day of festivities. We'll be feeding the community, more than likely doing a book bag and, giveaways and things of that nature, because school will be starting abruptly in August. But definitely there'll be some performances, there'll be food and everything. So we'll keep you updated on that. You know what I mean? Again, we're being honored by South Fulton for our contributions to the community, for consciousness and everything of that nature. So if we get a proclamation, we all get the proclamation.
That's a fact.
Yes.
So red and blue have a day, and it's not just this it's in the whole state of Georgia. We have our proclamation day, the Pillar Day, July the 21st. Mark it on your calendar. Even if you won't be there, we want y'all to celebrate that day, and celebrate with your brothers, because we've been recognized by the state of Georgia for our contributions to humanity and uplifting of it and putting in that work and being legends. July 21st, we're gonna put a concert on. We'll live stream it. We'll let our networks tap in, and it will be recorded. So thank you. Peace.
Yes.
Indeed. Let's get to some questions. Somebody said, when is the latest you could get tickets? I'm not sure, but I wouldn't advise you to wait. I wouldn't advise you to wait. I would advise y'all. Things just seem to get better the earlier you get tickets. Don't think because it's online you should wait. Things get better when you get tickets. You get your link faster. You get information, and everybody who bought a ticket today is going to get a link to my online community on Discord. Like I said, Sharif is on there now, like this, with his hand up. I'm gonna give Red and Blue they link. They're gonna be there. Q Reeves is there. Yeah. King Simon. Oh yeah, Blue is there. Q Reeves is there. King Simon is there. So yeah, they're having a real good time. So make sure y'all get your tickets today.
It's lit in there.
Somebody said price too steep for online tickets. No, it's not. $88. It's a 2-day event. It's like 9 hours a day. It's like 18 hours worth of information. Like that's ridiculous. Come on, y'all. Don't do it. 18 hours worth of information 88. Don't do that. That's ridiculous. But I understand that. I'm a part of the only community that talks like that. No other community would ever talk like that. I bring in the biggest masters in the world together, something unheard of, in one building, 2 days, men and women, and I get that type of response. I'm ready for that though. That's the type of shit you deal with in this community, so I'm used to that. But I got enough supporters where I don't have to worry too much about that. All right, let's Johnny, I ain't got a lot of questions though.
No questions, y'all?
Yeah, okay. They got a lot of questions for the tickets. Yeah, if you purchased the webinar last week, you will get the link. I didn't send out the link from last week yet for those who got the link for the online thing, but I'm gonna send it out. I'm gonna send it out. I'm gonna send it
They
out
want to know what's the name of the
tonight
device.
or tomorrow. It's TP7. TP7. It's expensive. I'm warning y'all, it's expensive. Get a used one. There's a lot of reverb.com is a good site for used electronics and eBay. So if you could get a good one on eBay, find a good one on eBay. If not, you could get a new one, but it is expensive. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see. Damn, y'all ain't got no questions tonight. Okay. Any well, I guess y'all want us to get on out of here then, huh? All right. Brother Rich, Red Blue Pill, I know it's off subject. Please can you demonstrate or mention which can I find the info about using copper to help grow our hair? Blue Pill, I know you talked about that.
Yeah, I speak on it. Is you can go to a copper vendor and see if they have any copper spirals. You put the spirals in your hair. I utilize something called a copper tensor ring, and I got it from an individual online named Brother Gaia. Brother Gaia moves around with the Black Airbender. So it's like Brother.Gaia. You can check him out on IG. And I got the tensor rings from him. So the tensor rings is just taking copper and braiding it almost like you would braid hair. And that's what I utilized that on my crown initially to jumpstart the growth. But yeah, my joints is growing. So shout out to that copper.
Indeed. All right. Somebody wants to know, where can I buy the 48 Pillars of Power book?
That is on blackcloudent.bandzoogle. Red, can you drop that link in the chat by any chance?
Ready to drop that.
Oh, that was a good one. Somebody asked. They said, do you believe the Pac energy is involved in the Drake touchdown? Takedown.
Ooh, I didn't see that. Yes. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I absolutely do. Because again, when I was monitoring the nature of this takedown, I saw where it started from. It was a domino effect. Especially tracing and tracking scorpionic energy, kind of started with Diddy first. And the thing with Diddy started in August. Before the cases came, the Keefe D thing came. That's what started, all of the talk and the speculation. Diddy and Will Smith was almost around the same time. And yeah, that definitely last year was Tupac's year, bar none. You know what I mean? We were speaking on that continuously, how he was having the best year of any rapper in year 50, and it was his 27th year removed from the planet. So when Keefe D gets locked up in August and the conversation starts beginning around Puff, and then all of these other things start happening, you feel me? That kind of like opens the way up, right, for quote unquote Drake to be put in that particular spotlight as someone who has been tapping into the Pac energy once again to align himself with an image that is not yet consistent with his character, because people love adopting the mythos of Pac, forgetting that he was a true revolutionary. So I seen Art of Dialogue ask Napoleon today, if Pac was to come back, right? If Pac was here, how would he side with this drama or this beef? He said, well, his beliefs are more consistent with somebody like Kendrick. And Kendrick is from the West Coast. He wouldn't go against the West Coast, even though he's also from the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? and he wouldn't agree with his voice being cloned and propagandized and utilized in a way in which was very disingenuous. So he's like, dude is weird. He done violated in so many ways. He's like, yeah, I couldn't see Pop, co-signing somebody like that. So yeah, the calibrated takedown in the industry of this gatekeeper scorpionic energy, I think that Puff and Drake, I think Pac is responsible for that as a spiritual avatar. And
Indeed.
again, yeah,
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Great breakdown, my brother. Let's get to some questions. Yeah, King Cavi said it is a series of event questions. Let me answer these real quick. King Cavi says, I bought a ticket, can't make it. I posted it on Tixel for resale, but now I want to give it for free. How do I go about this? Email me. Email me, richandmerritt@yahoo.com. Some people, this is the only conscious event I ever heard of. Some people are selling, you can resell this ticket. It was an investment, literally. Literally, it was, you could buy a ticket for $110 and resell it for $500. I've seen it. Never seen this shit before in my life. Shout out to everybody. That's how successful this event is. I don't want anybody to miss it. But this brother right here, email me if you want to give out your ticket. Email me and I'll make that happen. I think I got a ticket giveaway, by the way. Damn. And I had a question. Shit. What was it? I'm gonna think of it. It'll come to me. I got a ticket giveaway too, by the way. Brother, send me an email, richardmerritt@yahoo. But I do have a ticket to give away. I might have two, but I know I got one right now.
Yeah. And what they really want to know is if they purchase a live stream, can they watch it afterwards?
Right. Yes. So okay. So everybody who got the live stream, you have access to it whenever. Everybody will be sent the download within 7 days. Give me 7 days. Within 7 days of buying your live stream ticket, you'll be sent a WeTransfer link where you could view the video. You could download it on your hard drive, put it on a memory stick, do whatever you want to do with it. It's yours for lifetime access. Anybody who attends the event will have lifetime access. You will get a copy of the video. So anybody who attends the event will get a video, and anybody who got live stream access will have lifetime access to the video. So everybody who attends this event is going to have access to this video for a lifetime. So don't worry about it, because at the event you might be buying food from Blue Pill and his lady, and you might miss a little bit because you're online, because Blue Pill gonna have a line out the door, y'all. I guarantee it. So you might miss a little, and you might need the video sent to you. So I got you, because this food is that good. If you missed part of the lecture for Blue Pill Sea Moss, don't worry about it. I got you. Let's keep this thing moving. We got a good amount of questions. Stay on for about 20 more minutes to answer these questions. Are the pills declared Moors?
My last name is Moreland. So I don't know what you mean in terms of a declaration of Moors. Interestingly enough, right? When I got involved with the information, I remember we had put something together where we were going to the courthouse and making declarations on the steps and things of that nature. And they was like, you just got to declare. And then some people was like, you got to take the ad out when you change your name and things of that nature. But I got paperwork, so I don't know what other aspect of declaration of Moors do you need. When people see us in the world, you know what I'm saying, they see us as that, whether we've declared it or not. So I don't know what else you need. I don't got the tat and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But, we also got I think, Red, you remember that date? We had an honorary invite from the Moors to come in and address their convention. That's coming up. Yeah. So we Moors by blood, not relation. I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't have that date. Not in front of me.
Mm-hmm. You don't have anything to say about that?
Oh, are the pills declared Moors? Yeah. With this exactly what you said. I'm more than a declared Moor.
but I don't even know what that means. So I would need a little more, that's so
Clarity.
basic. Are the pills, are the pills declared Moors? I don't even know what that means to answer that.
Is it maybe they mean considered Moors or declared Moors? Have we made an open
Right. An
declaration?
Oakland Declaration.
And we
I
have
believe many years, more than a decade
millions
ago.
ago, yeah.
Yeah,
In various different forms, I remember.
very different forms. So
Yeah, the
now
US
we're
recognized
navigating as Moors, living as Moors, teaching as Moors, being Moorish in our moreland ways,
right.
watching the world become Moorish. The teachings are actually they're living and breathing. You know what I mean? The teachings, the prophecies or everything that Noble Drew Ali prophesies, many of his prophecies are just coming true every other day. So we're living in the Moorish teachings now. So
Indeed.
Right.
yeah,
And for some that could be a convoluted question because there's different tiers, there's different, affiliations that people have with different organizations. So once again, if you're interested in becoming a temple Moor or getting more familiar with the divine and national movement of the Moorish Science Temple of America, now you got Sharif Bey to holler at, right, as a resource, a direct resource. And that brother has a plethora of information. He's a walking Moorish encyclopedia. So please, you know what I'm saying, take the opportunity to tap into those resources that are accessible. I think that I heard you mention to him that at some point you want to have, that conversation on this platform, to get it from a centralized, credible source that can give you kind of the answers that a lot of people have been looking to get because you could get various different answers from various different places. I look forward to that program when you have it with Sharif Bey.
Indeed. Let's get to this next question. After this next question, I told a brother to email me about his ticket. I don't know if he is. I see him talking to other people. You do what you got to do, brother. But I will be giving away a ticket. I got 2 tickets, but I'm gonna be giving away one tonight. One in-person ticket. And this is not me giving it away. This is somebody donated the ticket. So this is not Brother Rich. This is somebody that donated the ticket. So in about 5 minutes, I'm going to be giving away the ticket that was donated. But let's get to the next question. And that question is, I just seen it that I liked.
I see that too.
Do you believe the East Coast golden era will rebirth itself? And if so, what can be done and who should be undone?
Um, Again, it's very interesting that you would say that this resurgence of year 50 is going to see the reemergence of some pinnacle characters in the golden era of New York hip hop, mainly Rakim,
yeah,
right? Then we have the imminent return of LL Cool J with a project
yeah,
that I heard is conscious and crazy. You got Pete Rock coming back with a quote unquote Common.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that there's a plethora of people that are gonna throw their hats in the ring before it's all over. So yes, again, what Kendrick did was restorative. We need somebody to do something restorative on the East Coast to bring the conversation back to a centralized place where we can get at the table and sit across and stare in the face of these sellouts. Right?
I would say that.
Seeing-
I would
I'm
say,
seeing
yeah,
Buster go through a very frustrating time. You know what I'm saying? He was once a you know a bearer, a torch bearer, if you will, for someone who represented the golden era that's still part of the modern quote unquote epoch or era, but he's not taking the accusations well. So I'm seeing him like fall to pieces in front of the audience, and we're gonna see so much of that. So it's not who should be undone; they're undoing themselves. They're telling on themselves based on their energy. You know what I'm saying? And those people will become dissipated and moved out of the way. But there's either a lot of gatekeeping on the East Coast or there's a lot of collusion. So yeah, it has to get aired out. And the airing out of it is gonna lead to the cleaning up of it. But the boom bap is coming back. KRS One got something coming out with RJ Payne. It's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy.
I would, yeah.
I would have to put Kambada in that conversation. I would have to put the Twin Pillars in that conversation. I would have to identify the music that we're making as the new golden era. This is the new underground.
Jamar,
This is
yes.
Jamar
Jamar,
Milton,
yes.
Sarak. You know, I could go on for days. There's a lot of artists that are not being mentioned that need to be mentioned because, to be honest with you, the underground that the people are going to be talking about 5 years from now is not going to be Pete Rock and them. Not to talk about the, you know what I'm saying. It's not going to be the underground that we knew. We're that underground. You know, this new this music that has metaphysics and esoteric themes and frequencies intertwined in the lyrics. You know, that was something that was started in 2010, going all the way back with Black Dot and stuff like that. Like that has to be talked about. Batman Mafia mixtape with A.A. Rashid in 2013. You know, these were projects that started a cultural revolution that we see. So Griselda and them are doing what they're doing. You have artists in New York, but you know that the true frequency that's going to save what we know as hip hop is going to be consciousness. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that's going to save it is going to have something conscious as the foundation or in its DNA or, you know, in its structure. And that's the type of music that we're making. Whatever it is going to be is going to be high frequency. It's going to be on 432 hertz, right? It's going to have certain type of, layers. And that's what we have to look forward to. Making masterpieces it's becoming easier by the day with the rise of these AI tools.
Yeah.
Man, a focused engineer and a focused team of artisans and creators, they can make masterpieces, brother.
Oh yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Let's get to
coming
this.
Back.
Yeah, let's
Golden
get
Era's coming back. Yep. All right.
Let's get to this next question. Will you guys ever come to LA and host a wellness event?
Most certainly.
Absolutely. I might be in LA in the next 2 weeks. Me and Keys might be putting together a wellness event out there. He's into sound bowls and stuff now, so we want to put together something that's high frequency, dealing with healing modalities, and possibly, you know, taking people out into the nature that's not too far, right outside of LA.
Right.
I mean, so yeah,
And I
definitely
Mhm.
looking at, Go ahead, Ray.
I want to go to LA and be a part of a wellness event that's dealing with, you know, this whole frequency of the people coming together and helping brothers and sisters deal with their trauma, right? Through, you know, the multiple tools that are available. So I'm gonna let you know when that's being put together right now. We're gonna be utilizing plant-based medicine along with, like Blue said, going into nature and whatnot, but it's dealing with wellness, it's dealing with helping people heal and to move forward after this, you know, because people are taking this whole coming together, this unity aspect that they're seeing as a time to heal.
You know what's interesting? We talk a lot about numbers. King Simon pointed something interesting about me. You know, numbers is like your energy signature. Kendrick Lamar is the number 17, and I'm a number 17. We both doing these unity events. I'm doing it in the spiritual community. He did it in the hip hop community. But you got two number 17. So shout out to 17 that 8
in the 8 year.
In the 8 year, yeah.
In the 8 year. Look at that.
Yeah, so shout out to King Simon for always representing with the numbers. Yeah, Blues Lady is a 17. Blue Lady is a 17.
Shout out to Blue Dream.
Yeah, shout out
I
to
think
Blue
they
Dream.
might be starting a new show too, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do an early announcement.
Indeed.
We might get the Blue show coming.
The Blue show. Shout out to the Blue show. Let's keep this. Let me see the word unity. Okay, yeah, King Simon, Yeah, shout out to King Simon. Somebody,
Seen a
yeah, they're
question.
gonna. Somebody said, "Will both red and blue be?" Yeah, they're gonna be there. Yeah,
Will
yeah,
a
they're gonna
bird
be
be
there.
flying?
Yeah, they're gonna be
Will
there.
a fish be swimming?
Yeah, they're gonna be there.
Somebody
Definitely.
asked a good question. Can I repeat it?
Yeah, yeah, blue.
He said, "Blue pill. Does this whole thing with Kendrick, they not like us, meaning family? How does it correlate with in the draft, and breaking up our families in the project 2025?" That's a good question. Again, this is a time that we see the country is mobilizing around family, their own priorities. There's a nationalist agenda that is
Mm-hmm.
being enacted in this country, and you know, our cousins, if you will, they're betting everything on family, right?
Mm-hmm.
The sacrifices and what they're willing to do, even with Project 25. Project 25 is them building a wall and a shield around their family or their community so they can raise their family according to certain ideals that
Right.
they don't consider consistent. The things that are happening in society now, they don't consider those consistent with their beliefs, their ideals, and they don't want to see their children as part of that. So they're willing to go to all out, quote unquote. I don't want to use that word, but and they're calling it a culture of war, right? And that's how they're framing it. That's how they're preferencing it. But it's really about protecting family. So everybody else is drawing lines in the sand. Where are we at with our family and our plans for protection? Where's our contingency plans? And not just protection for going forward, for elevation, for scaling, right? What are our concrete plans for the children in our family to be like, yeah, I see $1 billion in you. How are we gonna get there?
Mm-hmm.
These decisions have to be kind of made now. You know what I mean? Whether someone has to make a pivot to protect themselves and their progeny, these decisions have to be made now. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to come down to family. Project 2025 is about them breaking up quote unquote migrant families. How they going to be able to do that if they are amongst us, if they're like us. So
Mm-hmm.
that is an attack directly on them saying, yeah, well, we got to see who's family and who's not. It's like, nah, they family and you not. How about that? So
Mm-hmm.
it's really gonna get, it's gonna come down to family, who you love. You feel me? And you gonna be like, do I love and why do I love?
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, the false family stuff is not gonna hold up. It's really gonna be the ones that's fam for real. So why wait for the pressure? You know what I'm saying? We can operate and move on a higher frequency now of just saying, yeah, I want the best for my family. What do I have to do?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things I should be focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we owe it to ourselves to almost have the same thing that they have in the form of a 900-page plan, because Project 2025 is a 900-page plan. It's a PDF. That's just what it is. It's a roadmap. It's a manifesto, right? It is a quote unquote white paper. Where is ours? That's the only thing that we have to respond with, instead of being fear mongers or pushing it, because just the fact that people are mentioning it is trending. There's no such thing as bad publicity in the media or in America or in the politics or the theater of politics. So the more people are talking about it, the more people are reading it, the more people are coming into agreement with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Trump said, I don't know what that is a sleight of hand. That is a way to put it out there to make everybody go ahead and trend it and Google it and read it. And he's saying it's so terrible. Oh man, that people thought they read things in perspective, right? So when you know what you're reading, you're gonna read it in a different perspective, meaning you're gonna look at it through a different lens. When I read his tweet, I was like, oh, see, by him saying this, he's making it sound like it's a sinister plan. It's so egregious that even he's hands off, right? This shit is so purged, like he's a piece of work. So imagine Donald Trump saying, oh man, this Project 2025, I don't know who wrote this shit. This shit is crazy. I don't have nothing to do with this. I don't know who's behind this, man. People are like, see, Trump, he people are just trying him. No, the psychology of that. So we just need to put a plan together. And we don't need to do it in a reactionary way when it's too late. It needs to be done very soon. And we need to rally around a plan, not the man, but the plan. It doesn't have to be quote unquote personality based. However, you'll have spokesmen and spokeswomen that will be the face of certain things. But the plan, remember, nobody is bigger than what? The program.
Right.
That's what they running in LA. That's really the premise of what people are. That's that one thread that everybody is holding on to. The fact that there's an organization or a group of people or a certain society that we can see some form of masculinity, some form of order, some form of discipline, some form of strength, some form of quote unquote code.
See what it looks like.
You see what it looks like. Albeit it is a street organization or what they would call a gang, once again. And the culture that we're a part of, not that it is us, but we're a part of it. It started in gang culture. It started out of gang culture. It started during gang times by gangs. Gangs were participating and it turned them into something a lot more different than a damn gang member. So that's not something to frown upon, because these same people, that same group of people on that picture that Blue titled the Warriors, that we saw, that iconic picture that will go down in hip hop history. In 20 years, there is no telling, nobody has the right to tell me or you who each one of those people in that picture will be in 20 years from now. We all had to start somewhere, right?
Right.
Facts.
Nobody couldn't shame you or stop you from being who you became.
No, it's facts.
Somebody
hey, before I get out of here, y'all. Get Blue. Good.
They asked an amazing question before we get out of here. He said, "Why?" Julius Ruley asks, "Why did the owl get busted up?" And I saw a layout for DC, and from the top of Capitol Hill, JFK Stadium, and the entire frame street is laid out like an owl. That's a very good observation, right? Once again, if you look at the secret architecture of DC, they got books on it. You can Google it, right? Google the esoteric owl that's laid out in the street design of Washington, D.C., right? So what is the owl masonically? Now, this is going into some deeper waters, right? Specifically, like cities like this, like Atlanta, you're going to find an owl at the top of a lot of prestigious buildings, and the owl is hidden. If you know what you're looking for, you'll see it. You know what I'm saying? And that owl represents a motif. And that motif represents silence, and it also represents wisdom, right? In this particular case, in that video, I don't know how Kendrick knew to put the quote. I mean, he aligned putting the owl in the cage with a culling that's supposed to take place with owls called barred owls, right? Let me read. U.S. officials plan to kill hundreds of thousands of owls on the West Coast, right? To save the imperiled spotted owl from potential extinction, U.S. wildlife officials are embracing a contentious plan to deploy trained shooters into dense West Coast forests to kill almost 500,000 barred owls that are crowding out their smaller cousins. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services strategy released Wednesday is meant to prop up declining spotted owl populations in Oregon, Washington, and California. Right. So I'm not going to read the entire thing. This article came out on July 3rd, one day before, you know what I'm saying, that video dropped. And the interesting thing is that when we speak about spotted owls, or owls in particular, the owl is a motif of Obatala. Obatala is a motif of Osiris. Osiris is Osar, right? And that is the king of the West, the westernest man in the West, who deals with the lord of the underworld. That would be the affiliation with what we consider to be the gangs, right? So this dude is living the motif, and he showed up in all white in the video, right?
Facts.
And again, if y'all don't know, Obatala is pictured in all white. You know what I'm saying? Osiris also is pictured in all white. So these motifs, these overlapping, coinciding motifs. If you look at the dollar bill, there's an owl secretly hidden within the dollar bill. So even the US is tethered to the owl in the esoteric sense and tethered to the Scorpio or the eagle in the exoteric sense. If you know what you're looking for, it's all there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the article that I posted the other day when the Prince Hall Masons were tracing the 40 pillars that were placed by Benjamin Banneker Bay, right, to create the layout for DC, and they had to renew 27 of them. So they was in full regalia, and they said that the laying of the stones was done with Masonic processions, prompting processions. So who was Benjamin Banneker Bay? They said that he was an ex-slave, but he knew cosmic mathematics enough to align the city or build a city in a way where eventually they would put the obelisk right in the center, lined up with the constellation of Sirius. This was a cosmic event, y'all. That has so many overlapping layers. You know how y'all look at the video and there's so many Easter eggs in it, right? When you look at the incident from a cosmic lens, from top down, there's so many layers, and it's not worth asking, did he know? Was it intentional? It's within his spirit, and he's playing out a mythos. This the Black Christos mythos. I rest my case.
Oh yeah. And family, to close it out, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We just hit the 2-hour mark at 11:11. We hit the 2-hour mark at 11:11. How about that?
Magic.
We got like I said, I got a ticket. And this is what I want to say. For the family, if you try to buy tickets from somebody who say they're selling tickets, make sure you be careful, because all types of scams could arise from that. You want to make sure you got official tickets if you do get a ticket from somebody. This is why I tell the people who are selling tickets to contact me. There's a whole month. If I don't get back to you immediately, just be patient. But don't fall for any scams out there with somebody saying they got a ticket. Then you get to the event and I scan your ticket, because Eventbrite has a scanning thing and nothing comes up. Somebody might try to sell the same ticket 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Be very careful out there, family. I only want you to buy tickets if it's from me, or if somebody gives the ticket back to me, then I give it out. Other than that, it's, you're taking a risk. Be careful. I can't tell y'all what to do. Y'all do what y'all got to do. But I'm just letting you know how this scamming thing goes when it comes to tickets and reselling tickets. With that being said, I do have a ticket that I want to give away. Somebody donated. Like I said, somebody donated this. This isn't me just giving out. Somebody donated that. So I want to ask a question. For those who have been aware of the channel, this is for the OGs. The OGs will get this. Somebody might just guess it right. But what is Brother Rich's in the first person? I'm looking at the chat. What is the first person that I did my first interview ever? Who did I do it with? It was on, and I'm going to give you a hint. It was dealing with the law of attraction. Who was the first person I ever did an interview with my own camera when I first came on the scene in a living room? And it was based on it was based loosely around the law of attraction. No, it was not 19 Keys. This was a long time ago. It wasn't Brother Panic. Wasn't Professor Smalls. I'm watching y'all. Because somebody gonna say I was first. Nah, y'all got Dick Gregory. Nope. I ain't meet Dick Gregory then. Infodici. Nope. Nah, not that. Yeah, you see, we ain't got the OGs out here. We ain't got the OGs out here.
Yeah, tell your story.
Yeah, Tim won it. Hold up. Tim got it. Aline Bay.
All right.
Legend.
Okay, legend.
And before somebody, Kufu or saw that name said, conscious community is full of scammers. Why are you watching the channel then? We at the 2-hour mark. You're still watching this channel. Why the hell are you? I always say it's the weirdest shit in the world. Why are you even watching this channel? If that's the case, that can't be the case, because you glued to this channel. You're glued to this video. It don't make no sense. If my girl caught me watching some animal porn, and I said, "Oh baby, it's just entertainment." She go like, "Nigga, you lying. You like that shit, nigga." And what I'm gonna say? You niggas is lying. Y'all love this shit. And y'all loved it. Y'all love every second of it. You just don't know how to tap into this shit. So you troll and you say weird shit, but you love this shit. But anyway, Tim won this. Shout out to Tim. Tim, hit me on the email. Hit me on the
Congratulations,
email,
Tim.
Tim. Shout out to Tim. Hit me on the email. I'm gonna put my email in the chat right now. Your niggas be lying. Y'all love this shit. You just don't know how to tap into it, so you're angry and you take it out on us.
Intention, Intention stall.
Yeah. Richard Merritt at yahoo.com. Tim hit me up. I know Tim won it, so don't nobody else hit me up. I don't want to hear no stories. I done heard every story in a book about why y'all deserve a ticket. I heard the brothers who just came home from jail, and I heard the single mother stories. There's always a single mother story. It's always a brother who just came home for the penitentiary, and he read a bunch of books, and he.
Cheers, son. That could be the next.
Those are what they hit me with. They try to hit me in the heart side.
That's Malcolm Little on it.
It's the prison and the single mother stories. I hear them all the time. I'm not falling for it.
Malcolm Little at Gmail.
Yo, they be requesting my Cash App, bro. I'm like,
yeah, man, it's
we gotta do a
I
whole
don't even
show
get
on
the
that.
narrative. I don't get the email or the DM or nothing. I just get the request. Like,
it's wild. It's wild. Tim, hit me up on email, and I got you, Tim. I got you on the email. Hit me up an email, and I got you, Tim. All right. With that being said, yo, leave your speaking of Cash App, leave your Cash App, contact info, anything else you want, so the people get in touch with y'all.
right.
Richfield44. That's the Cash App. Richfield44. And you can find me on YouTube, Know the Ledger 444. That is Know the Ledger 444. I'm doing Saturday Night Live after this, and I'm gonna be doing Sacrilegious Sundays on Sundays, and then you got Melanin Mondays coming up. So this whole month of July, we're gonna be cooking and baking. We have Fear of a Black or More Messiah coming up at the end of the month. We're gonna deliver you another classic. So we working, and we also have Kid Journey. That's going to be a workshop for the children and showing them how to make comic books, cartoons, short films, and video games with this new technology that's out. This AI is going crazy. So it's called Kid Journey, and that's a course that I got coming up in July as well for the children. So yeah.
Yes.
Blue.
Yes. Blue Pillar. $ Blue Pillar 44. All right. Of course, we got Goldwater, goldwater.com, GOLDEWATER. What else we got? CosmicDust.com for that Naga drip. COZMIKDUST.com. And I'll be on Know the Ledger 444 as well. I'm doing Sunday service tomorrow. Pope Pablo's in the building. Episode 95. Yeah. Is it 95? It's 95. Yeah, we cooking with hot grease on this one. All right. So
Rich.
Yep.
You got your They Not Like Us shirt?
Yes, I do. Next show, I'm gonna wear it the next show.
Shout
out to Red with the.
We're gonna have linen drip on deck in August. We're gonna have the They Not Like Us shirts going crazy right now in the streets. We shutting it down with those shirts. But yeah.
I got a linen vendor, that I partner with that's actually doing suits. So I'll have that information for the family as well. Get the tape and measurements. Time to take it back to that tailor-made fit. Feel me? So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing show.
Amazing.
Gratitude.
Fun as always. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna go listen to this recording backwards and go have some fun.
And you gonna watch They Not Like Us for another 10 times.
I'm gonna watch that video another 10 times.
44.
You know what I'm saying? But we having a good time. We having a real good time. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all get your tickets as soon as possible. Once again, posted one last time in the chat. Gathering the Masters is gonna be a family affair. We having a good time. All right, yo. With that being said, I want to thank Red and Blue Pill with that, and we are signing out. See you. Won't be back tomorrow. See you all on Monday. All right, I'll be back Monday, family. Peace.